Hello, this is Joe Puente,
And Andrew Tyler.
and we're here to talk to you a little bit about how we made our music video for U2's So Cruel. Of course, one of the main things that we have in the video is a lot of water shots, which are very symbolic. We also have a few special effects and a few trick shots that we're going to be discussing. Water shots were filmed at the pool at Weber State University. We enlisted the help of a couple of divers from Utah, Buffy Tuttle and Austin Vanderbrook, something like that. He's got this really long last name. And we used an underwater housing for a Sony Handycam. And that's it right there. There we see Buffy and Austin getting ready for the shoot. And of course we have Allie, who's put in a lot of work on this project. The shooting for the water scenes were done over a period of 2 days. It was a matter of filming some stuff, taking it home, deciding half of it was good, saw that some stuff needed to be redone, and then we just went back and redid it. This is some of the stuff that didn't make it. There's our makeup person, that's Allie's sister, Sean. Of course, we had to have a lifeguard on hand, that's Skylar, who, if you go to the pool often enough, she'll be there. And here we have Allie and Buffy and myself here. Justin Christensen filmed a lot of the documentary footage that we're watching right now. Here we see one of the underwater sequences with Allie. We'll have a side-by-side comparison of what was seen above water and what we had underwater with the camera housing. I guess what's in the upper left is probably what was expected of us, and the lower right is what we actually brought to the project, which I think will be a pleasant surprise. This is our lead character, our lead actor, John. Well, the character's name is John. His name is Lance Mickelson. Lance is actually a model. We're lucky enough to get someone who's got a pretty handsome guy come and play our male lead for this. And the song "So Cruel" is kind of done from his perspective. This shot right here is probably one of the more complicated shots that we've done. And what's unfortunate is that none of this footage got into the final edit of the video, and it was really difficult for Allie and Lance to do it, particularly Allie, because after being in the water for a couple of hours, your body temperature starts to drop a little bit, and when you're going to the bottom, you know, the water pressure really hurts you. You can see Allie here. There, she puts her hand to her head. She's getting a headache really bad. Lancelot to the rescue. Oh, this is a great shot here. Our dead man's float. Close to the end of the video, we see Lance's character kind of die, and we did about 3 or 4 takes, and all but one of the takes was totally blurry. And the one shot we were able to use was one where the only way we could get the camera to focus on it was by shining a light onto him. We had a light attached to the housing. And I was kind of worried about how it would look, but it actually worked to our advantage because it changed Lance from just a floating, bloated corpse into a rather angelic-looking floating, bloated corpse. Here's a shot that did not make it into the final edit. You'll see why in just a moment. Okay, she was wearing a bra, so we don't.
Not high. Oh.
As a matter of empathy, I decided to jump into the water too.
It breaks the illusion of being high. Huh?
But of course, as you can tell, it took an awful long time.
What? Don't do that!
Yeah, this is Joe sizing up the situation, going back, coming back, trying to show that he's supporting the team. And finally, he takes the dive.
Probably, yeah.
But only after hesitating once again.
I'm doing it. No, I'm fine. Teach a beat about the water. Go to the nose.
Okay, you will note that when I started this project, I had hair. A little bit stressful.
I got like a big belly.
This is a scene that we did, kind of showing the apathy of the character as she just passes by a man without even noticing. We had to do this with a couple of different edits and effects that we used with different shots. We did one shot with just Allie walking straight on the plan, and then we did another shot with just me standing there, and we cropped it out. And what did you call that?
Yeah, we got Allie to pass in front of you using a track mat. This is
Track mat.
a standard feature in Premiere.
And
And
by
then, yeah,
doing the dissolves with both characters and matching up the frames, which passes
just
right through like
smoothed
a
it out a
ghost.
bit.
Oh, this was fun. This we incorporated a couple of bungee cords and a large amount of gaffer's tape or duct tape, and we just strapped the old camera right to the hood of my car. And the three of us, Lance and Joe and I, jumped in the car. There I am. And there's Joe. And we went for a cruise just around town. We probably drove like less than 2 miles.
Yeah,
But
it was just around the corner around the house.
got what we needed.
Of course, there's Drew ducking behind the seat. Because the scene calls for Lance to be in the car by himself, so...
I couldn't very well be there.
Yeah.
But he did a really good job, like even driving through the lights and whatnot. He just...
That was our main concern, was lighting, so to solve that problem, we just had Lance drive through some very well-lit parts of Ogden in the evening. Like here, this is just right, we just drove through a Chevron station.
So it looks really light, but it's still a nighttime shot. Nicely done.
I included this because he just broke out of character.
Somebody must have been poking him in the bum with a pin.
What was that?
Not sure. The lens was really good.
Oh yeah, this shot is in the video. I just included it to show that we left some of the duct tape on the car.
You can see the little X on the front there.
That was Drew's idea.
Yeah, that's...
What did you say?
I think that was just to keep the car marked. There you can see it as we come up over that bump. Just to keep the car marked in case we did anything crazy, we would want to be able to be found later.
I thought it was because you thought like chicks would dig it.
Chicks would dig it though. That was the extra bonus, the black X.
This scene I am very proud of because I'm not in it, even though I was in the original filming. Who we see there is my roommate, Kevin. He's also one of my business partners. And Kevin was not there the night that we filmed with Allie. And here's the original footage. We see me standing right there playing one of Allie's suitors. I decided that I didn't want to be in it. Even though my friend Scott said it would be like Alfred Hitchcock making his cameo, I decided I looked too much like Alfred Hitchcock for that to really...
I thought you did a really
work for me.
good job right here. This acting is... It's open, it's from the heart. But I was really surprised when I saw your roommate in it, because I remember being at the shoot and I was very curious as to how he got there.
He didn't think I could do it. I'll show you why, because when we filmed him, the lighting was a lot different, as you could tell.
Wow.
Because we went from white lights coming from inside the building to orange street lights. And Kevin didn't think I could do it, and I was hell-bent to make it work. So, and here's how I did it. I created a mat which allowed for Kevin, allowed for the brick portion of the sidewalk he was standing on, a couple of cars. You could see where he moves. I had to allow for that motion. And also that extra little bump behind him is where I am in the other frame. I had to cover myself up. And we superimposed that over the original footage. And we tried it this way first, but there was obviously a color difference in the portion of the brick that he's standing on. So we simply adjusted it. And also to superimpose Allie over the new footage, we did another track mat just with a regular thing there. And you can see, if you look closely at the corner of her coat, you can see that she's moving along, and there's the track mat. And then in the end, we simply adjusted the color of the new footage so that it matched more closely to the original footage.
Amazing. That was an amazing part.
Well, we hope you enjoyed our little commentary on our visual effects.